Hi everyone, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. If this is your first time, welcome to my channel. My name is Letty Maps and welcome to Letty Maps the World. Please feel free to look around and watch my other videos, and if you feel like binge watching them, go ahead. That is encouraged. Like, there's no need to be shy to binge watch my videos, and always leave a comment just so that I know that you are here. I am a South African currently living in South Korea, and on this channel we talk about anything and everything that interests me. I talk a lot about my experiences as a South African here in Korea, as well as like my experiences as an English teacher in Korea. And if that sounds good to you, please do become a member of this channel by clicking on that subscribe button. It is so good to have you here. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you guys so much for the 2,700 subscribers. What? I am so happy and I am so proud at how fast my channel has grown. I literally started this channel last year, a year ago, and it has grown way bigger than I thought it would. Honestly, I remember getting 500 subscribers and I was like, 500 is a lot of people, and now we are on 2,700 subscribers, road to 3,000k. So thank you so much for everyone who has supported me. So this is my second time trying to record this video. A couple of weeks ago, I asked you guys on my Instagram, I asked you guys for questions because I wanted to make a Q&A session / 1 year life update video. And a lot of you guys asked me so many questions and I really appreciate it. I am so happy that I got so many questions. So many questions that I think I'm going to make this into a 2-part video. Or if this video is too long, I might make it into a 3-part video. So right now, welcome to part 1 of my Q&A session. As I said before, this is my second time trying to record this video. So the first time I recorded it, and as I was editing it, I felt that it was too long, and that was because my questions were mixed up. So I decided to type out all the questions that were asked so that I can put them into different categories. So when I say that I got a lot of questions, guys, I mean that I got so many questions. I have 5 pages of questions on Word. So I decided I have my laptop over here. I decided to put these questions into categories. So we have category 1, life as a foreigner and a Black woman in Korea. 2, homesickness and mental health. 3, dating in Korea. A lot of people ask me about that. And then number 4, savings and finances. A lot of people also ask me about money, savings and finances. And then I have number 5, which is pre and post Korea. So these questions are about like, what do you wish you packed, or what did you pack that you have never used, things like that. And I was also asked questions about the differences between South Africa and Korea, or Korean culture versus South African culture. And then going back to South Africa, the questions like holidays, how do they work, can you go home, things like that. And I was also asked questions regarding life as a teacher, everything that includes being an English teacher in Korea, and also future plans, like what's next for me and stuff like that. And also I put the other questions in the category of future videos. So some of these questions, people were like asking me if I could make certain videos, or some of these questions I feel that they were so broad that I would like to make videos about those questions, because it's like a really big topic that I could spend hours and hours talking about. And then the last category is trivial stuff, like these are questions where my friends were just having fun, and some people were just asking me really lighthearted questions, or just questions to get to know me better. And today I think I'm going to be answering questions from the first 5 categories. So you know what, without wasting any more time by talking a lot, let me start with the questions. So I'm going to be looking down a lot because I do have a laptop over here with the questions and stuff like that. Can you see that? Look at that. Yeah, so I have so many questions. And so question number 1, I like question number 1. Who does your hair in Korea? I do my own hair. Yeah, so I have always done my own hair since 2018. And yeah, I do my own hair in Korea. Question number 2, how has your experience been with random Koreans you come across as a black woman? So I am placed in a small town in the Jeollanam-do province, and to be honest, I have found that the people in my town have been very warm and welcoming. Some of them have been curious about my hair a lot, and I have never really had a negative experience with like the adults. Okay, I had a funny experience with a child, but like let me just talk about the adults. The adults have always been very warm and welcoming. Sometimes like people would see me on the road, sometimes they would smile at me, sometimes they would come to me and ask about my mori karak or mori, which is hair in Korean, and I'd just be like, 죄송합니다. 한국말 못해요. I'm like, I don't know how to speak Korean, and then they're just like, oh, 예쁘네, 예쁘다, 머리카락 예쁘네, like your hair is very pretty. And I'd be like, thank you so much. So the people have been really warm and welcoming. So the funny encounter that I had with a child, and it happened so recently, like I think about a month ago. I was so surprised when it happened because it had been a year living in Korea and that happened. So I was with my other friend Kelly, and we went to Daiso. When we got into Daiso, there was this kid, I think it was probably about 6 or 7 years old. When I entered with Kelly, this kid went like, "Oma, 외국인 왔어!" I'm like, seriously? And like, so it means a foreigner just arrived or a foreigner is here. I'm like, kid, are you serious? So this kid just announced my arrival in Daiso, and like you could see that the mom was embarrassed, but at the same time the mom was at the counter trying to pay, so and putting her stuff on the counter, and the mom is like, 아니야 하지마, like stop it, no, stop it. But like this kid is out there going, 외국인, and foreigner, and I'm just like, child, I have been living in this small town for 1 year, and this has never happened to me. After 1 year, you are going to announce my arrival in Korea? Okay, so our theory, Kelly and I, we think that this kid probably came over to my town for holidays because it was during the summer holidays, and it was probably his first time seeing a black person in person, because there are quite a number of black people in my town. I think there are 5 or 6 black people. So like the students in my town are also taught by other black people, so it wouldn't make sense for my other friend Letabo. She teaches at an elementary school, and this kid looked like he was in elementary school. It wouldn't make sense for one of Letabo's students to be acting like that because he has already seen a black person at his school, as well as my other friend Rarang and Zama. They all work at elementary schools here, so we think that he just comes from outside town and that's why he acted the way he did. But so far I have had a very positive encounter with the people, especially in my town. Good. So the other question is, have you experienced any form of discrimination as a foreigner? So personally, I feel that the only recent event that I recall was when we went to Jeju. But like, you know what? Tell me in the comments if you think this was an act of discrimination or not. But like, it rubbed my friend the wrong way as well as me when she explained, because I feel like sometimes certain things happen but I don't really think too much about it. I'm just like, whatever. So when we went to Jeju Island, if you have not watched my Jeju vlog, I advise that you do that. I will link it somewhere here. It is such a cute video where I was having such a great fun with my friends in Jeju Island. So we went to Jeju Island. It was 7 of us, and when we went there, Letabo, my friend Letabo, oh my god, I talk about Letabo a lot. If you watch my videos, I'm pretty sure you know who Letabo is. But my friend Letabo was the one who reserved the hotel rooms for us. And typically, when someone reserves a room or rooms, when we get to the hotel would ask for that person's ID because that person is the one who reserved the rooms. And every single time Letabo and I traveled, and even my other friend who was rubbed off the wrong way by this experience or event, even her, whenever she travels, the person who reserved the room is asked for their ID. And so we walked into the hotel, and there was a younger man who asked for Letabo's ID, and Letabo gave him the ID because she had made the reservation. And as he was helping us, in came the older man who was also working in the reception. And when the older man came and he saw us, all of a sudden he wanted to get everyone's ID. And we were just like, that has never happened before. So we were like, why is this happening? Because like he just walked in and he looked at us and he saw that the other younger man was making a copy of Letabo's ID, and all of a sudden he just wanted everyone's IDs. Like okay. But you know what? You just have to choose your battles. Certain things, you don't fight them, just choose your battles. Don't cause a scene, just be like, okay, all right, that's fine. And there was another question that says, have you experienced any racial issues in Korea and how have you dealt with them? I feel like I have already answered this question, where I say that you just have to choose your battles. But that is the only event that I could think of. You know what, maybe the other events have happened, but I did not think too much about it. But that's the only one that I can recall right now. So these two questions, I feel like they're talking about the same thing. So the first question is finding clothing sizes. How do you go about it? Because Korean fashion is to die for. I know the person who asked this question. And the other question was, how do you find shopping in Korea? So these two questions are very similar. They're all asking about the same thing. All right. So I was worried when I came to Korea because, first of all, I am not skinny. I'm very curvaceous. So I was worried about if I will be able to find clothes that fit me. And I have found that, yes, when it comes to boutique stores in my towns, and there are a lot of boutique stores that sells beautiful clothes. Oh my goodness, they sell such beautiful clothes. But I don't even walk in there because I know that I'm not gonna get my size. Like, it would be a waste of time to just walk in there. So I shop a lot online. So a lot of fast fashion. Yeah, I know that fast fashion is a controversial topic, but like if you are put in a place where fast fashion is like the only way of getting clothes, what can you do? So I shop on Shein as well as H&M. There is an H&M in Gwangju, and Gwangju is like an hour and 20 minutes bus ride away from here, as well as Zara. So for people with body shapes like mine, or people who do not have the body shape that a majority of Korean women have or Korean men have, they can find their sizings in places like H&M as well as Zara, and also shopping online. Like you can shop on Shein, other people shop at Fashion Nova and Pretty Little Things. So because of online shopping, it has made it a lot easier for people with bigger sizes to find clothes. But like when it comes to shopping in like Korean stores, sometimes I don't walk in there because I know that I will not find my sizings. But I feel that right now there are some Korean online shopping stores where you can find clothes that are for bigger women. But like I've noticed that a lot of clothes for like bigger sizes on Korean clothing sites, they are boxy. Like they don't have shape. Like the dresses, you will not find a dress that has like a snatch waist and like, you know, all of them are just like rectangular looking. And I'm like, no, we don't want that. We want shape. Okay, all right, so the last question on this category, and oh, by the way, if I forgot to talk about this category is category number 1, life as a foreigner and black woman in Korea. So the last question answered this category is, how quickly can one adapt to life in Korea? Honestly, this one is a case by case. it is on a case-by-case basis. It depends on whether you have exposed yourself through the Korean culture through media, K-pop, K-dramas, or if you have interest in learning about the Korean culture. Okay, so I have always been interested. Let me talk about myself. I have always been interested in the Korean culture. So because of that, I consumed a lot of Korean content. I watched a lot of K-dramas. Actually, okay, let me just digress a little bit. But ever since I moved to Korea, I find it a little bit more difficult to watch K-dramas. I think it's because I hear a lot of Korean being spoken throughout the day, that when I come home, I don't want to watch Korean content as a form of entertainment. But that's just me. But anyway, as I was saying, if you have already exposed yourself to Korean content, and especially K-dramas, because I know K-dramas can be exaggerated a lot, but sometimes K-dramas kind of show you the customs and traditions in Korea that makes it a little bit easier to adapt, because you kind of have an idea about what the Korean customs and traditions are like, and that also helps you to adapt much quicker as well. For example, before I even left South Africa, I went to a Korean restaurant in Pakmo Santin. It's called Banchan, and I went there with 2 of my friends. I miss them so much, but we had such a great time. We had Korean food, and that's when I realized that, oh my god, Korean food bangs. I love this. So because of that, by the time I came to Korea, I had already exposed myself to the Korean culture through media as well as through food. So I feel like those things can help you to adapt to life much quicker. Unlike if you know nothing about Korea and then you come here, obviously you are going to experience a much more culture shock than someone who has already exposed themselves to their culture. I hope I answered your question. So right now we are going to go into category 2, and this is homesickness and mental health. So I put homesickness and mental health together because I just feel like your home, if you're feeling homesick or not, it will affect your mental health. So a lot of people asked me about homesickness. So I have 4 questions. How's the homesickness? How do you deal with homesickness? How are you dealing with homesickness? So I talk with my family members on a daily basis. My mom and I are always on an audio or video call. If not, we are texting throughout the day. So I always make them feel like they are a part of my day, and vice versa. Like my mom would take pictures of my little brother playing cricket and then send it to me, telling me that they did well, and then I'd talk to my little brother on the phone, asking him about his day. Sometimes he'd be like, I had a match and we lost, I'm feeling pretty sad about it. So constant communication with your loved ones help as well. And homesickness hit, guys, but for me, I feel that homesickness did not hit until it had marked a year since I'd been in Korea. So right now I feel so homesick. And I think that's because of, like, when you first get into Korea, you are experiencing this Korean honeymoon phase. Woohoo! I'm in Korea. I'm seeing new things. I'm experiencing new culture, tasting new food every day, going to different places. It's exciting. You always have something to look forward to, something new to do, something new to experience. And so because of that, you don't really think much about home and stuff like that, because you are just so happy about all these experiences that you are experiencing. But like after a year, I realized that I had not seen my family in so long, and that's when it hit. Actually hit a lot when one time it was on a Sunday and my mom was getting ready for church. So she put her phone down and she walked back and she's like, do you like my outfit? And my little brother stood next to my mom, and that kid is so much taller now. If you watch my first video, you probably know how short my brother was, because I remember I was hugging him and like he was like this short, and when I saw him on the video call standing next to my mom, he's almost my mom's height, and I was like, wow, I have been away from home for so long, and it really hit me. And yeah, I deal with that by being in constant communication with family that's the way. Family and friends as well, like my friends and I, we do try to have video calls. Obviously not all the time, because people are busy. Like, the older you get, the busier you get, but we do make time to catch up, update each other on things that are happening in our lives. Oh, I got a boyfriend. Oh, my boyfriend, I broke up. Things like that. That's how I deal with it. Yep. All right, and now question number 2 is, how do you deal with the downs, certain challenges that you face in Korea? By having a community around me. So I think because of I am an introvert and I talk a lot, I have always found it very easy to make friends and connect with other people, and I always go out of my way to also maintain those relationships by, checking up on other people, because no man should be an island. No man is an island. You need people around you. So I am so thankful that there are so many South African people close to me, and also that Letabo and I, we began this journey together. So on my first video, you can see Letabo and I at the airport, and that was actually our first time meeting in person, because we had only started talking on WhatsApp after we found out that we were placed in the same province. And it turned out that not only were we placed in the same province, but we were placed in the same town. So some of Letabo's students, I'll be teaching them next year. So the fact that I had someone who I had started this journey with makes it so much easier whenever I have some problems or going through difficult times, because I have a support system. I have someone who, if I'm feeling overwhelmed, or if I feel like being around someone who looks like me, or someone who understands what it's like to be a foreigner, then I can call her and ask her to meet up, and I hope that she feels the same way. But I have also made other friends, and we do get together. Like Kelly and I, we have this tradition where once a week we go out for coffee and then just vent and rant about how difficult it is to be a teacher, how difficult it is to be a foreigner in Korea. Oh my goodness, I kind of hate it, but I love it so much here. So have a support system, have a community, because your family is so far away that sometimes, and also with the time difference, sometimes you need someone right now, and your family or your friends back home could be sleeping. So always make sure that you have people around you, especially also foreigners who understand what it's like to be in your shoes. So that's how I deal with it. And also crying. I'm just gonna be honest, guys. I feel like the walls of my apartment have seen my tears more than anyone in the world, and that is the reality of living abroad, is that you are going to be crying a lot. Sometimes you're just going through an emotional breakdown, and sometimes you don't even know why. Like you can't say I'm upset because of this. Like you're just emotional for no reason, and I'm just like and sometimes I find that after crying it out, I feel a lot better. I can stand up and be like, "Woo, that was a great crying session. Now let's get back to living life and being an adult." Damn it, I can't believe I'm an adult. Okay, so this question, I feel like it's also very linked to the previous questions. Even though you have friends, do you ever get lonely? If you do, how do you get yourself out of that funk? Yes, you get lonely a lot. Like you could have friends around you or a community that I just spoke of around you, but you can still feel like you are alone. And it takes a lot to get yourself out of that funk. But like for me, I feel that I get myself out of that funk to remind myself that it's normal to feel that way, and like I had always wanted this experience, I'd always wanted to be here, and that there was a time and point in life where I was praying to be in this position, and right now I am living one of my dreams, being independent, living away from family, having my own space, growing up and working on my personal growth as well. So I remind myself that it's okay to feel that way. I was actually about to say it's okay not to be okay, but like, yeah, it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to feel that way. It's normal to feel that way. I feel like every other person feels lonely at one point or alone at one point. You feel a little bit misunderstood. You feel like you are dissociating from everyone and everything. I have had that. I have had periods where I am like, I feel like I am disconnected from everything and everyone. And I think that those were the times when I was not even posting a lot of YouTube content, because of like, I'm just like, I feel so disconnected. Even the things that are supposed to bring me joy, they are not. And like, I always think about how this is where I want to be, this is what I want as well, and that also it's okay to feel the way I feel. And I would also partake in small hobbies that bring me joy. You know, sometimes picking up a book because I like reading, that can help to elevate my mood. You know, get obsessed with someone else's life, even if it's a fictional character. So that what's work for me. It might not work for you, or it might not even be the healthiest thing. You know what, for those people who are also living abroad or living away from family, how do you deal with it? Please leave a comment and tell me if the way I deal with it is correct. Just let's educate each other, let's help each other, especially when it comes to like mental health. Let's help each other. All right, and then another question is, who at home texts or calls you the most? My mother. Like I said, my mom and I, we don't go a day without talking. And like, because of now she knows the time difference. She knows when to call me, when to text me. If she doesn't text me within like a certain period, I send her a message and say, are we fighting? No, rara na. Are we fighting because you have not sent a message and I know you are awake and you know I'm awake? Yeah, we talk a lot, and I am really grateful that we talk a lot, and I'm so grateful for technology. Guys, just imagine if we were still living in the time where we had to send letters, where I'd send a letter right now and my family in Africa would get it in 3 months. Yeah, thank goodness I could just go on my phone and click 2 buttons and my mom's face would pop up on my screen. So yep, I talk to my mom a lot. And okay, the best and worst parts about being abroad or being in Korea. Woo! Should I make a video about this? Wait, no. I feel like I've made the worst part. I made a video about sacrifices of being abroad. If you have not watched it, please watch it. And the best parts, I feel like this one is also a very broad topic, and someday I would like to make a video about this, like, you know, the best part about being abroad. That's literally gonna be the title. So if I forget it, guys, please remind me. Please remind me. But I would say that one of the best part about living in Korea right now is financial independence. Because at a certain age, you even feel bad to ask your parents for certain things, or sometimes your parents can only afford you to get you certain products, but you want a much more expensive one. But like, being in Korea has allowed me to buy things that I want to buy, even if I can't afford it at the moment. It also gives me the ability to save up so that later I can get it. So I feel like that's one of the best things. And also having your own space. So it's so nice to live in your own space, to make an apartment or a house your home, knowing that this is where I belong, this is my comfort zone. So those are some of the best parts, but I would really like to sit down and think about this topic a lot more, and then make a much longer video about it. If I don't, please remind me. And okay, did you have to resist the urge to return back home, or was the experience easy for me? All right, so I never had to resist any urge to go back home, but at the same time, the experience was not that easy for me. So just because it was not as easy does not mean that I was like, I want to go home. I knew that coming here was not going to be the easiest things. You know, adapting to life, settling in here, it was not going to be easy. But like I said, I had always wanted to be here. So I realized just how much I spoke about coming to Korea when couple of my friends from back home were like, you did it from like 2018. You've been talking about picking your bags and then coming to Korea, and you spoke it into existence. You manifested it, and now you are there, and you look good, you look happy. We are happy for you. So I had always wanted to come here, and also I love the life that I have built for myself here, as well as the experiences that I have had in Korea. So no, I haven't had that urge, and it also wasn't easy to move here, but I'd say that it was worth it. Okay, and this other question was it worth it leaving everything for South Korea? Absolutely. The person that I am today is not the person that left South Africa. I feel that I have grown as a person, I have grown as a friend, and I have grown professionally as well. I have also feel more confident enough that I have been sitting here talking to my phone for the past 30 minutes or so. So it was definitely worth it. Like, being in Korea and the sacrifices that I have made to be here was definitely worth it, because I am happy with who I am right now and proud of the person that I am today. So definitely worth it. And the other question is, how are you really? This question makes me kind of emotional. So she said, how are you really? I remember you talking about missing a wedding. So I like this question, how are you really? I feel that most of the time we just ask the question, how are you, because of it's customary to do it after the word hello. But most of the time people kind of expect you to say, oh, I'm doing well, I'm fine, I'm good. And that's not always the truth. There are days where you are doing well, there are days when you just feel like crap. And right now I feel that I am content. I am content right now. I am in a good place. And like I said, days are not, I would say days are not the same. Some days I'm like, woohoo! And there are days when I'm like, no. But like, just know that I am content. I am alright. Yep, I'm content. And missing a wedding, yep, I am still going to be missing my friend's wedding. Not happy about that. That one does not make me happy, but that's the reality of growing up and separating with your friends, living your own lives, you know. I cannot attend the wedding because it's because of work. Yeah. But like, yeah, that's one of the sacrifices that I spoke about in my other video. If you have not checked that video, really check it out. I'll also link it. It's a good video. All right, so now we go moving into category number 3. Yo, dating in Korea. Like, so many questions. I got this question from so many people. So one question was like, have you tried dating? How is the dating scene in Korea? How has the dating scene been for you in Korea? And then she was like, I'm nosy. So how's the dating life in South Korea as a beautiful black babe? Stop! You're making me blush. All right, so this question's, oh Lord. Okay, have I tried dating in Korea? I feel like I have not really put too much effort into dating. So I'm gonna be frank with you guys. I am scared of trying to date in Korea because a lot of time in Korea, foreigners, many people are not in Korea to settle down. Not many people are seeing themselves being in Korea for the next 4, 5 years or 10 years. And I feel like there are a lot of people who approach relationships with the same mentality, you know. I'm going to be here for like a year or 2 or at most 3. Why should I be serious about dating or finding someone? Whereas I want to date with a purpose. I don't want to do a recreational dating for fun. I want to date with a purpose. I'm not going to say dating for marriage because sometimes I feel like that puts a lot of pressure onto you. You know, it's like, I'm dating this person, it has to work. So no, but like, I want to date with a purpose. And because a lot of, especially foreigners in Korea, are not here to stay, people are not really willing to seriously date, so the hookup culture is really big here. And yeah, I have never really tried dating. I mean, there are dating apps, there's Bumble. I downloaded Bumble and I tried and I matched with some people, but like every single time I'm just like, I have to initiate the conversation. I don't have the will or the excitement or the enthusiasm to do it. I'm like, I don't care about your favorite color, so I'm not gonna do it. Okay, so like at the moment, really, I don't know. But like, should I meet someone in Korea and we connect? We are maybe good. We start off as being good friends. We have a good relationship, and they want to date. Why not? I will not be like, no, why not? I'd do it. So I'm not closed off to dating, but dating is something that I want to approach with caution. So yeah. But like some of the people who are dating in Korea, they will tell you some stories, especially Tinder and Bumble stories. Woo! Be careful with it, okay? Don't say I did not warn you. We have been warned too. Yep. Is this thing still recording? Hey, because what if I've been told? Oh, I think it's still recording. It is still recording. I think this is gonna be the last category because I am looking at the time and I've been speaking for way too long and I don't want this video to be too long. So these questions, I was also asked these questions a lot. Like I have so many questions about money, finances, money, finances and stuff like that. And actually my video with the highest view count is where I'm talking about how much it cost me to get to Korea. So people love topics about money and finances. Oh my god. All right, so I got, I think, about 5 questions asking me about savings. Is it easy to save? How's the saving life? Any saving or investing tips? Yeah. How do you go about saving money and stuff like that? So I've got so many questions about savings. Guys, let me tell you, let me be honest. When it comes to saving, even I'm trying to figure it out. Like, ask me how to spend your money, then I'll be able to give you all the answers. If you want to spend your money, come to me. I'll tell you all the different ways you can spend your money. But when it comes to savings, okay, but let me be serious about this question. So I feel that like, you know what, guys, I am no accountant. I'm still trying to learn financial management, you know, how to be financial literate. I'm still trying to learn more about financial literacy. But so these are some of the things that work for me right now. And like, if you have any other saving tips that I could use, guys, please help a sister out. I'm still trying to figure it out as well. So you can leave a comment, or if you don't feel like leaving a comment, you can send me a DM on my Instagram just to help me out, because even I'm trying to figure it out. All right, so when it comes to saving tips, I look at their friends that I have around me, because most of them have like different skills and different saving tips, and I have found other ones that work out for me. Okay, so what works for me is having different accounts for different things. Just wait, stay with me. All right, so thank goodness in Korea there is an app which is called Kakao. Kakao is a big app. There's Kakao Talk, which is like the equivalent of WhatsApp. There's Kakao Taxi, Kakao WhatsApp, Kakao. And there's also like Naver. So think like Google. Naver and Kakao both have Kakao and Naver Pay. So with Kakao and Naver Pay, you can transfer money into those accounts. So you can make an account and you transfer money into Kakao Pay and Naver Pay, and it's all on your phone. So you can walk into like a coffee shop and then pay with Kakao Pay. So there is like a barcode that they scan, and then money will be deducted from your Kakao or Naver Pay. And you can walk into any convenience stores and you can make purchases the same. And you can also do online shopping with Kakao and Naver Pay. So I put my money into different accounts and for different things. So my cacao pay is for my fun with friends, as well as like miscellaneous stuff. Let's say I don't have onions, so I can just quickly rush to a grocery store and then buy onions and then pay with cacao pay. So miscellaneous stuff and fun with friends, cacao pay. So if I want to do online shopping, buy a cute thing from like let's say Shein or AliExpress, I can use my Neva Pay. And a lot of South Africans have 2 bank accounts. So one bank account, also have 2 bank accounts. So one bank account is with NH, and this one is the one that I get my salary into. But like to remit money or to send money home with NH is so expensive. So I opened up another account which with another bank, and this bank is called Hannah. So sending money back home with Hannah is cheaper. And when I opened up an account with Hannah, they told me that you can open up a savings account. So every month there's going to be money that's deducted and put into that savings account, and you don't have access to it. If you want to stop it, you're gonna have to go back to the branch. And thank God we don't have a Hannah branch in my town, because I would have went and be like, I want my money. It's not even a lot of money, but like I would have been like, give me my money, I got things to do with it. So savings account with Hannah, and an account for my salary and my bills is with NH. So my bills are connected to my salary goes into NH. My bills, they are connected, like for my phone bills, internet, and gas and electricity, they're all connected with my NH. Whereas Hannah is to my savings account and also to remit money home if I do want to send money home. So like those are the things that kind of work for me at the moment. And like I said, at the moment, those are what works for me. There probably is another way or a better way to save money. And if you know it, please don't gatekeep such information. We are all trying to figure out, and we are all trying to learn financial literacy. So leave a comment, or if you are an accountant and what, or financial advisor, please send me a message and help me, because I need help. And when it comes to investing, so I have an easy equities account, but guys, let me be honest, now I don't know how to use it. I don't know much about shares and stocks and markets. I know nothing, honestly. Like even on my easy equities, I never know what company to invest in. You know what, I think I'm the problem. I have not taken the time to go onto YouTube, because I know there are a lot of videos on YouTube where people explain how to invest money. So I should take the time and do that. So those are my savings tips and skills. And like these skills, I learned them from my friends. Like Dineo, my friend Dineo is the one who told me about cacao, that like every single time she goes out, she uses cacao, and if someone owes her, then she's like, can you send it to me via cacao pay? And like my friend Letabo as well, if she wants to buy, let's say, a shirt, she's going to wait until like the last day before she gets paid to buy those things, when she knows that all of her bills have been sorted out and she has made all of the savings. So I get my saving tips by learning from those people around me and asking them if their saving methods works for them, and applying it upon myself and see if they work for me. Yep. And another saving tip, I know that many people say that they find it cheaper to eat out in Korea, but like I find it cheaper to just cook food, because sometimes I feel like if I go out and eat, I'd spend about, let's say 12,000 won, whereas with that 12,000 won I could buy like let's say pasta, like spaghetti and a pasta sauce, and let's say chicken breast, and make a meal for like 3 days. Whereas if I were to buy a meal, it'd be a meal for 1 day right then. But then I could, with the same amount, I could make a meal for 3 nights. So I find it that it's cheaper and healthier as well to cook for yourself. So yes. Okay, what is the most affordable way to go around places? Also, they say great historic places in Korea. So I'm just gonna answer it as what is the most affordable way to go around and travel in Korea? The affordable ways is sometimes using Airbnb as an accommodation, and also traveling with people as well. If you travel with people, it's going to be cheaper, like your accommodation is going to be cheaper, because accommodation is always one of the most expensive expense when it comes to traveling. Group activities, group travel, yeah, but that does not mean you should never solo travel. Solo traveling is also really, really nice, spending time with yourself. Yes. So compared to teachers in South Africa, do you get paid the same? Honestly, I do not know, because even in South Africa, I was not a teacher. I think I have said this in many of my videos. I have a degree in science, so I don't know how much teachers in South Africa get, so I can't answer these questions. I don't have enough information. The last question on this category is, are fruits and vegetables expensive in Korea? Yes, my dear, especially fruits. Fruits are expensive. The only time when I have a fruit salad is at work, when I'm eating the school lunch. Okay, so also it depends. If a fruit is in season, sometimes it would be a lot cheaper, and there are some fruits that are just generally much cheaper, like your bananas. Bananas are very cheap. You could get like about 8 bananas with 3 to 4,000 won, so that is cheap. But like other fruits like mangoes, strawberries, peaches, grapes, watermelon, don't buy them. You will eat them at school during the school lunch, because they're very, very much expensive. And vegetables, vegetables are not too bad, honestly. They are not too bad. But red meat, beef, I've never bought beef stew ever since I got to Korea. I've never cooked beef stew because it's expensive. I'm not rich, guys. I don't have money. Alright, yeah, so you know what, I think I'm going to end my video here. In the next video, I'm going to be discussing pre and post Korea. So these questions are like, what do you wish you would have packed, or what did you pack that you wish you had left behind? And I'll also talk about South Africa versus South Korea. I'll also talk about going back to South Africa, life as a teacher, future plans, as well as future videos. So that I will talk about it in the next video. So thank you guys so much for watching the first part of this Q&A session, and I thank you so much. I thank you so much for your patience, because I know that I have been away for a very long time. The last video that I posted was my Jeju vlog, and I really appreciate the messages that people send me to ask if I'm okay. And some of the people, they ask me like, when are you coming back to YouTube? We miss you there, we miss your videos. I am so grateful to you guys for those type of messages. And if you have watched this video until this far and you have not subscribed, subscribe please, and do leave a comment just so that I know that you have watched this video, and leave a thumbs up, like it, just so that more people can see it. And also, if you know anyone who's interested in coming to Korea, share this video with them. Thank you guys so much, and now I am going to go and relax. Enjoy the rest of your day and stay beautiful and stay healthy. 사랑합니다 and 감사합니다. Bye.